Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm going to be watercolor painting a big fish. That is the plan, at least. It's a very simple idea, but there are a couple, how do I put this? There are a couple different stages to this, different steps. There's a couple different steps to this, I do suppose, because first off, I'm going to go ahead and take my Bic mechanical pencil that I have right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and sketch out the fish itself. Then after that, I'm going to go ahead and color in the fish with my uber large brush right here with whatever color I do feel like using at the time that I go ahead and pick up my uber big brush. And then after I'm done kind of coloring in the fish and everything like that with some watercolor, I'm going to go ahead and go back over all of the details that I previously made with my Bic mechanical pencil with my Sharpie S gel pen. That is the plan, at least. I do think without further ado though, it is now time for me to go ahead and, well, start drawing the actual fish. And then after that, as I said, I'm going to go ahead and watercolor paint it. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and go back over the details with my Sharpie pen. Not really permanent markers. It's not a marker, it's an actual pen. But without further ado, let's go ahead and actually start drawing the actual fish itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off with the mouth. I'm just going to have the mouth just come in like that kind of thing. There we go, just like that. I'm going to have the body just come all the way down, all the way back up as well. And then it's going to come all the way up and then back down. And let's go and put the tail in, just like that. Perfect, perfect. And now let's go ahead and draw one eye and another eye. And I'm going to make sure I avoid watercolor painting inside the eyes. I want the eyes to stay just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do one fin, two fin, three fin, four fin, five fin, I'm thinking. And I'm going to go ahead and draw all of the teeth as well, just like that. And I'm going to make sure that I try to avoid having any watercolor like on the teeth itself. I'm going to try to avoid doing that just because that's how I want it to look stylistically. But I'm just going to go ahead and finish off drawing all of these teeth real quick. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and start watercolor painting. This is just a very rough sketch right now, but it is giving me a very good idea of what I want. I'm going to fix that tooth, though. That tooth is annoying me. Alrighty, yeah. Let's go ahead and not grab my pen. I was about to grab my pen. Let's go ahead and just put these over to the side for the moment. And let's go ahead and grab my giant brush right here. I have never used this brush before. This brush is brand new. That was very satisfying. That's very satisfying. Wow, that's really... I'm probably ruining the brush by doing this. I don't care, though. I don't care. This is like a $7 set of brushes. I don't care. They are pretty cheap, I ain't gonna lie. And then now I've got to figure out what color I actually want to use. I'm kind of thinking I want to do blue. My dog's sitting in here in my bedroom right now where I'm recording this. And, well, what do you think? What do you think, Smokey? Should I do... I'm thinking blue or I'm thinking purple. What do you think, Monkey? Blue or purple? Blue or purple? Smell my hand. Purple, blue, blue, purple. Blue or purple? Or purple or blue? What are you thinking? She's taken more interest to the blue hand than to the purple hand. I left it in my, I left it to my dog. She's probably wondering what I'm doing right now. She's very cute. But, yeah, she decided blue, which thankfully is the color I wanted anyway. So, yeah, I'm glad I'm doing blue. So let's go ahead and just get the blue all going and everything like that kind of thing. So let's just go ahead, get some of that on, get a little bit more water, and go ahead and just wet this up just a little bit more. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and start with all of this area right here. Now, I've gone a little bit outside of the border. That's okay, though. That is perfectly fine. I'm not terribly worried about that. And one thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and just dry that off just a little bit. And now I don't actually want that. I made the mistake. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and do the same over here and just make sure I don't go too outside the border. Since this brush is not round, and I'm used to using round brushes, it definitely is a little bit of a different experience, that is for sure. And let's just go ahead and do all of these details right here. Just like that. think I might be using a bit too much water with the smaller brush, because this is my first time using a big brush, in all honesty, in a long time. I haven't used a big brush in a long time. With the small brushes, they kind of dry out very quickly. You really don't have to like dab them too much kind of thing. With this brush, on the other hand, though, like we can see bubbles forming and everything like that kind of thing. Definitely need to start dabbing the brush just a little bit more than I have been, but I am liking the look of this so far, and I definitely am glad that I'm watercoloring today. I honestly, I'm like, really, for the longest time, I have not been a super big fan of watercolor painting, but honestly, these days, I am wanting to do it more so than not. How do I do this? How do I do this? I'm just gonna go like that. Oh no! Okay, just to make sure line up, I'm just gonna have all of that go out. So yeah, this is not gonna be like going in the borders. I definitely should have just used this brush for all of the big parts, and then I should use a smaller brush for all of the details, which I think I might do, but also I don't really care that much, so I might not do that. Let's fix all that too. It's all good. And now let's go ahead and get some more. I'm gonna darken this area up just a little bit. And I'm just gonna say F it and just go like this, because I don't really feel like doing any super detailed work today. I say as I'm about to do some decently detailed work when I'm going over it with my pen, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and just try to smooth everything out just a little bit and add some shading. I kind of want the top to be how it is, except for the front. I want the front of it like right here to be a little bit darker, and I still have not done the tail yet, so I still need to do that. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually do the tail real quick. Oopsies, that's okay though. Just adds personality to the drawing. And now let's just go ahead, just fill all that in, along with this one right here. And there we go. And now I want to go ahead, I'm just gonna dry the brush a little bit and grab some more paint right here, because I want to darken all of this up. I'm thinking I'm using too much water, so I'm gonna go ahead and just try to go ahead and flip that out a little bit. And just dry off my brush just a little bit, grab some paint, and just go ahead and do that. Oh, now it's too dry. Oh, and I've messed that up. Okay, I'm just gonna have that come out and then just back in. Okay, now I've really gotta add some more water, because that is way too dry. That is not good. Okay, I fixed it though. No problemo, no problemo. That's what I'm talking about. And thinking just a little bit more right there. And there we go. I'm thinking that is all I want to do for actually coloring in the fish itself. So now I'm just going to go ahead and dry off this brush right here. Just go ahead and dry it off. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and dry off the canvas as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and dry that off, put it right there. And I'm going to, or the canvas, I'm going to go ahead and dry off without dabbing with the area that has paint all over it. So I'm going to flip it. And now I'm going to go ahead and dab this to just dry it out a little bit faster. Although it is now having the texture of the paper towel, which I do suppose is probably why you're not supposed to do that. But that's okay, I don't really care. I think it gives it an interesting texture, if anything. And yeah, I definitely did use a little bit of water. This paper is very bendy now. It's very bendy now, so I definitely did use a little bit too much water on this. Yeah, this is very moist right now. This is very moist. So I'm not sure how well it's going to work with me going over it in pen, but I am going to try it nonetheless. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off with the tail. And I'm using my Sharpie S Gel pen in today's video to go over all of the lines and everything like that kind of thing. So I'm just going to start off with the tail, and then I'm going to work my way to the front, which is the, well, I definitely have to say the most wet area. So I'm just giving this drawing, this painting, whatever you want to call it kind of thing, some time to dry while I'm doing other details. I do suppose. This is not the neatest, but that's okay. I'm not really looking for it to be the neatest. Alrighty. And there we go. There's the outline all done. I definitely do want to go back over some of those lines, but I think I might wait a minute. And so next up, I'm going to go ahead and do the eye, or eyes, I do suppose, because I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do this one. And then now let's go ahead and do all of the teeth. And now this is still very wet, so I'm trying. I messed that up a little bit. That's okay. I didn't realize where the line was. That's okay, though. That's perfectly fine. That was my own fault. So yeah, that's just going to look a little bit janky. That's okay, though. But yeah, this is still very wet. Very much wet, I will admit. My nose is running. It's warm in here, but I was outside for a little bit. My nose is still running. Oh, my goodness. But this is still definitely a little bit wet, which is making it a little bit awkward to do, just simply because I don't want to ruin it or anything like that kind of thing. But I don't think I'm going to ruin it, even if I have my hand on it and whatnot. So I think I'm all good. I don't think there's any reason to stress. Just like that. And there we go, perfect. And that is most of all of the details done. I've just got to go ahead and do the fins now, and then I'm going to go back over some of the lines that I did previously. And yeah, this is very much bent out. Whoa. And yeah, even is the one under it is a little bit bent as well. That is what it is, though. Let's go ahead, bend this out just a little bit just to make it where I can actually draw on it. Let's go ahead and start adding all of the details for the fins as well. I'm just going to do the bottom of the fins first. And then I'm going to do the top. And there we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and start going back over some lines. And then after that, I am going to be all done. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. This is turning out pretty good so far. I am quite happy with it, I will admit. I'm going to go over this just a little bit. And there we go. I think it is all done. I'm just going to go and add some text down here. Forgot to add the eye. It is what it is. I can just add that in. I just did add that in. Fish. This is a fish, quote unquote. Let's just go ahead and just mess with the text just a little bit more. And just taking a look at it, I'm just going to stand up real quick and just see if there's anything that I want to do to it. Overall, I am thinking I am definitely more happy with this than not. And I think I'm all done, honestly. I think I'm all done. I don't really think there's anything else I want to do to this drawing. It's just giving myself some constructive criticism. Of course, there are places that where the color goes out of the lines and everything like that kind of thing. But I'm not particularly one of those people that care about the color going out of the lines. I'm not a color in the box type of person. So I don't really care, in all honesty. And overall, I am pretty happy with it. I definitely do think I need to get better at making all of the watercolor sort of strokes, all of my brush strokes, blend together a little bit more. I have no clue how to do that. I have no clue how to do that. I'm sure I learned it at some point and I've just completely forgotten it. I have no clue how to blend my watercolor strokes together. But honestly, I feel like it's if I can make it look like a stylistic choice, then it's not really a big deal. And I'm just going to go over these fins right here just a little bit more. But of course, please make sure in the comments down below to let me know any constructive criticism that y'all have, any recommendations that y'all have for watercolor painting. If y'all know how to watercolor paint better than I do, which I figure if you guys watercolor paint at all, you probably do. But let me know in the comments down below whether you guys have any constructive criticism for this drawing, whether you guys have any tips for how to watercolor paint better. I'd love to hear them, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's all I have to say in today's video. So as such, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my main channel all in the description down below. Go check it all out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, y'all. To the next one, stay safe and peace and have a great one. And of course, as I said, like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying?